We are now.
Hi.
Well, yes, we're now live. Hello, and we return actually on time, properly. We're keeping it up, guys. Last Friday every month with Black Dog, where we look at mental health and how it is portrayed in media. And today we are playing a game called The Path, which happens to be Jack's favorite game in the world.
Of all time.
And he is back from the dead
I am.
after last month's illness,
A couple of
and
antihistamines and some tea.
which you spilled all over yourself.
No, just my hand.
And then our other lovely presenter, Sophie, who
Hello.
are you still there? my screen froze up. So, what are you drinking today, my friends?
I was drinking, oh, I still am. Truffler, Orchard Pig cider.
Oh, Orchard Pig is awesome.
So good. I've got another one called
Cider
Charmer.
mix.
Truffler, yeah, Orchard Pig, Truffler and Charmer.
Oh,
Charmer.
Charmer cider.
proper charmer, etc., etc.
How about you, Jack?
Me, I'm drinking a bottle of Mountain Dew Energy that is half rum.
Hey.
So,
Is this a good thing?
yeah, well, it's rum and Mountain Dew Energy. I like these things. Basically, I don't know what to call it though, because I can either call it, I'm thinking like a piratey theme because rum, right? And it's Mountain Dew Energy. So I was thinking of either calling it the Cannonball Run, or because it's again piratey and Mountain Dew, Mutiny on the Mountain,
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that
or,
one.
or Mountiny on the Bounty. But I don't know. That just
I quite like that one.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, mine is Sigma Post Shiraz because, of course, I'm having some red wine.
Because you're a classy lady. And
Yeah,
red wine is a good thing to have tonight.
Am I gonna be scared?
Oh, absolutely! You're going to be
Promise.
emotionally scarred. I'm going to introduce you to the first game that ever made me cry, but not the last.
Yay.
I like how I had the same reaction just
Back in my days when I used to have emotions,
before they were all
I
numb.
stared them out with a toothbrush.
Okay, so well, yeah, you can start whenever.
All right, then I
Okay.
will. I'm going to drink to
Ooh.
cope, but you won't be seeing me. You'll be seeing my screen. So start screen share. Bloop. So you can all see that now. I'm assuming my blue light's going to go off in a moment. There we go.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, I will warn everyone in advance, by the way. My laptop has been acting up like crazy recently, so if I do disappear, it's because my laptop has overheated and switched itself off to save itself from catching fire.
Okay.
But hopefully that won't happen. The path is not particularly graphics intensive, so I wouldn't
Okay,
worry
that's
about
fine. Do you want to give our viewers at home just a quick rundown of what the path is?
that. The Path is a psychological horror game about breaking the rules, essentially. Oh god, the music's going to be loud, isn't it? I'm going to talk over the music.
I can't hear any music.
Oh, bollocks.
You still there?
I am. One moment.
It's already overheated and shut down.
Yeah. No, hang on. Sorry about that. The Path is a psychological horror game about breaking the rules because there is one rule in the path. That is, do not go off the path. You are taking stuff to Grandma's house. Do not go off the path. And I tell you what, the first time I played through the game, shall I stick to the path and not deviate from it? And you can see what happens with that.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, can do.
Yeah. Right.
It doesn't sound like it goes well. At all.
I'm
Yeah.
already worried.
Yeah, so am I.
Aw, don't be scared.
So this one is, what did he say? Looking at different facets of mental illness
Um,
and so on.
less mental illness and even more mental wellness. It's, looking at different types of mindset, different types of personality, because it's the same game and the same levels. It's just different characters and people interacting with things in different ways. So it's yeah, it's that basically. It's looking at the world through different eyes.
Cool.
I'm really overblowing this somewhat, I think.
No, I'm all kinds of excited to play this game.
Good. As soon as I can try and get it working. I do apologise for this. It's why is it not working properly?
We need one of those kind of flashcards that comes up and goes technical difficulties.
I'm just still hearing tentacle difficulties.
Tentacle difficulties.
Yeah.
That would be our version. Tentacle difficulties.
Whoa, There we go. We've got the
That's
sound.
what it would sound like.
Yeah.
Why is it?
I'm going to create a little image and a soundbite of that. That just comes up.
No.
Tentacle difficulties. Or maybe some little gif, just kind of.
I'm gonna try and jump into it again.
Okay.
With everything going on now. Just bear with me 2 moments. Oh God. Now you guys can see stuff? Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Again, apologies if I crash out because my laptop is going to overheat at some point. It probably won't do. So, here we have the characters of the path. We pick one of these girls. We get given a basket full of items to take to Grandma's house. And we're told, don't walk off the path. Can you all hear me fine?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good. Because it still sounds really, really loud to me. But we don't want the sound off. So that'll just have to do. Okay. Okay. Right. So we're gonna have to pick who we want to play through as. Okay. So I'll leave this up to you guys. We have Ginger, who is the tomboy. She is the sort of more adventurous of the characters. She is all about adventure and I should remember the ages of each of the characters because they're all a year apart. I think she's 13. And so she is the sort of just starting to go down that road of going from being a child to being an adult. That's the start of the path, basically. You have Rose, who is the artistic one. She is she wants to be a musician. So all of her sort of aspects are very, very creative. You have Scarlet, who is the sort of the mother figure, the eldest of the daughters, who is sort of the caretaker of the group. Ruby, who is I guess the rebellious teen is probably the best way to put it. She's all about thumbing her nose at authority. There's a little bit in the pre-game release that he did on Twitter about her leg brace, is that her leg is absolutely fine, she just wears it so that people will ask her about it.
Okay.
And then there's all these questions about whether or not whether that is actually true or whether she does need it and she's just coming up with an excuse. You have Robin, who is the youngest, who just friggin' loves animals, and she's all about innocence and just being a kid and not really knowing what the world's all about. And then we've got Carmen, who is my favourite, because it has the creepiest possible run-through. And she is essentially, as you can probably see, the lip icon just appearing there. She is she's obsessed with boys. She's at that age where she's just like, you know what the most important thing is in the world is boys. So, which of these 6 are we gonna run through with?
Wait, do you have a preference, Sophie?
I quite like Ruby or Robin.
Ruby or Robin?
So, Ruby. No, wait. Ruby.
And then Robin's the youngest.
Yeah.
Ruby?
Ruby?
Yeah.
Okay, should we go through as Ruby?
E.
Okay, so we've got our basket to take to Grandma's house. Funny fact, this is probably the best way to do things because Ruby is the fastest of the characters.
Yay! Ooh.
So, Tale of Tales, a Belgian video game designing company. Who are basically artists making video games.
Oh, sweet. That's kind. For some reason it's stuck in my face. It needs to go.
Why is your face still there?
I don't know. Jack, are you still there? No. Oh God.
So we're going to do this without the music, which will detract from it somewhat. But so right, go to grandmother's house and stay on the path. Mouse button to walk forward. So what do we do?
Go forward.
Yes.
Okay, and then turn the mouse to turn. Let go to interact with items. There's no interact button. You just let go, and she'll go off and do her own thing. If you're near an item.
So we decided just to kind of follow the path for a minute, anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Good plan.
So you guys want me to not do that? I will continue to walk down the path. Another thing is if you hold down the right mouse button whilst walking, you run. One fact about that is you can't interact with things, you can't see items, and also the camera moves to a point where you can't see ahead of you, so you have no idea where you're running to.
Which is what you want in a horror game.
Exactly. The first time I played this one, I didn't know what to expect, so I just ran off into the woods. Oh man, terror.
Amazing.
You're gonna see the absolute terror. If we do go off into the forest, you're gonna know exactly why this game scares the absolute bejesus out of me. We'll just have to, I don't know, in the editing suite, I'll send you the soundtrack to this, Sarah, and then we maybe can like overlay the music onto it slightly.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. It's a damn good soundtrack. So you can also just stop, and you can't look around without moving, but look, there you go.
Points of light going on the thing.
Yeah, little lights, little flowers in the distance that light up. It's really quite creepy because at the moment it's like a little twinkly piano playing, and you can just hear some little kids in the distance going la 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 la.
It's getting darker.
And if you basically see like an overlay of something, like did you see with that bird there a moment ago?
Yeah.
If that comes up and you let go, you interact with it. I wasn't quite quick enough there, but if you let go at that point, she'll then interact with things. Running.
Run towards the mist where you can't see what you're doing.
Yep.
Where you're going.
This game gives me the fear.
There's a thing. What's that sign on the right?
Let's go find out.
Yeah.
It's two children on a seesaw. Playground nearby, I guess that means. Caution children that play? Is that what that means?
Nope.
No? That's Grandma's house. We did it! They said
We got there alive!
They said go to Grandma's house and stay on the path.
Alright.
I'm also, you know what the thing is now? Not touching anything. I am now not controlling anything.
Oh.
She's just doing this all by herself.
My
Okay.
grandma lives in a very
Music is getting very threatening, I will point that out as well.
Oh.
thing is, in my head I've got like the witch music playing. Yeah.
It's not quite that threatening. It's just it's really quiet and calm, and like I said, little tinkly piano, but there's just occasionally it'll just go in the distance. And now we're in Grandma's house, and now I can look around, and if you click the left mouse button, take a step forward, but you don't get to choose where you're taking a step forward. There's a path you go down. Oh, can't see where I'm going, but I'm going up some stairs. Oh look, isn't this nice? We're at Grandma's house. We did it.
Grandma lives in a really weird place.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, you haven't seen anything yet. This is the
I'm a little bit
normal
worried
Grandma's
about
house.
Grandma.
This is the normal Grandma's house.
Or Grandma's my kind of people.
You need to talk again, Jack. You're on
Oh, sorry,
tiny
sorry.
screen.
Is it back to me now? Oh, look, we made it to Grandma's house. We made it to Grandma with her huge stuffed wolf for some reason. Spoiler, it's a big Red Riding Hood reference. Oh, boy. What's
I
wrong?
was like, oh, I'm gonna say, is she dead?
I don't know why it's flashing like that. We'll have to put an epilepsy warning here. Oh, it's because Steam was doing something stupid. There we go. So there we have, there's end of chapter 1. By the way, there's only one chapter. Did I encounter the wolf? No! Failed. So there we have it. The game tells you go to Grandma's house and don't go off the path. I went to Grandma's house, I did not go off the path, I failed.
Failure. You know where grandmother lives.
And we didn't encounter the big bad wolf.
What? What? Did she go to sleep next to the really creepy old lady who
Yeah,
was dead but not actually dead?
yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
So, that was the path. We did exactly what it told us to do. And in the end, isn't that exactly what growing up is all about? Following the rules? Yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah. Let's
So-
not do that again.
Let's try that. Do you want to do it with Ruby again, or should we try with someone else?
But Scarlet.
Scarlet?
Hmm.
I don't know Scarlet's items.
Ooh, okay. Carmen?
Carmen? I've got Carmen's items written down. But I can't promise no one will be traumatized.
No,
Are we okay
do
with
Carmen. Do Carmen. Stop watching now if you're going to, don't want to get traumatized.
Yeah.
Apparently we do, so it's all good.
Yay! So remember the rules? Remember
Yeah.
The one rule is stay on the path. You can also, I believe, I've never actually done it, but you can also turn around and do a 180, just do a 180 and walk down the path the other way,
Ah.
and just you end up back home.
Is that all?
In the distance,
Mm.
you come from the big city. I'm getting really confused because there's the sound of a car like coming to a stop, but there's no car nearby. So I can only assume our mother or father dropped us halfway. Like, okay, we were at the woods now. Now you can get out of the car and walk the rest of the way to Grandma's house.
Into the creepy woods you go.
Go to Grandmother's
It's
house and stay on the path.
character strengthening.
Yeah.
Okay, into the woods.
Yeah?
Yeah, left.
Left? Alright. Now, at any point you want me to go back to the path, just tell me.
Okay.
Do you know why? Because we got no fucking chance of finding the path once we go off it. And the weird thing is, the first time I played this game, I could have sworn the woods moved, right? Like, the woods moved around, so you could never find your way back to the path. They don't. It's a coherent map. It never changes. But it's so well modeled on an actual, impenetrable, difficult to figure out forest that you just have such a small chance of finding your way back. It's quite terrifying. So I'm just
I like
gonna
how
keep
she
that.
has such an obviously different walk to her
Yeah.
sister
Yeah,
as
every
well.
one of them has these different animations and everything. It's you got things like who was it that just sort of runs really carefully, like properly. There you go. You got that first little thought of Carmen coming up in the corner there. Do you see that?
Yeah, I wish it were warmer.
Then I could go for a swim.
And perhaps with any luck, be watched by some handsome forester. So now you're kind of getting Carmen's mindset. Hello?
I'm still here.
Hello?
Okay, cool. I just have to make sure that it's not sort of jumped back to. Tell you what, this forest is beautiful, isn't it? Why can't I run? Oh, right, I'm in a location. Ooh, you see the shiny things over there? I saw some shiny things over there.
Go to the shiny thing. Can I hear laughter from the game, or can I hear it
No,
in the
that's
background?
from Kim's drunk friends in the other room.
Ah.
I apologise. They said they would be out of the house by 8.
So it sounded like kids laughing, so.
Yeah. You see that in the distance then?
Mhm.
Let's go check it out. I'm gonna touch it. Steve Irwin approach.
Oh!
See, I've let go of the mouse now. Oh! I picked up a flower.
Is that someone running in the distance?
It is. That's the girl in white. She was the demo character. If you are okay, I'm going to tell you something just really kind of sinister now. If you go and interact with her, she will hold your hand and either run you towards. She'll run with you through the forest towards either the nearest item of interest, or alternatively, she'll lead you back to the path.
Right.
If she leads you back to the path, she'll then just stay on the path with you and just hug you and won't let you go until you start moving. She just stays there and she leads you back out of the forest. She gets you back to safety, and then she just holds you. And it's just, yeah, really quite worrying. And then you just run back off into the forest again. Yeah. So Carmen does not approve of this big Wellington boot that we just found. I did see another item over here, which I think is one of my. Every girl has different items on their list that they're all trying, that they can all collect, that unlocks different rooms in Grandma's house.
Okay.
So Carmen, I'm looking for a beer can, some crates, a hat, a vinyl record, a bathtub, and fire. So
Is that a gramophone?
That is a gramophone. What do you put on gramophones?
Vinyl records.
Yeah. Oh god, there's little children playing a goddamn song in my head now.
She's inside the gramophone.
So now I've got a record. It's one of my items. That's one of my special items down. So now, what's that? Let's get the party started. I have the music. Where's the beer? You can't drink, Carmen. You're only... I forget. By the way, if anyone wants me to go in a certain direction, just give me a shout and I'll turn in that direction. And if anyone gets ridiculously bored, let me know.
I'm looking up for shiny things.
Cool. I'll try not to run then, because if I run, then you can't spot the shinies. I mean, I say that and then I start running. I do apologise. Ooh! See that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Let's go and have a look at it. By the way, is it worth pointing out that there is a big bad wolf currently roaming around these forests?
Yes.
I want to meet him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that Carmen does as well.
There's a big bad wolf a metaphor.
Oh, the Big Bad
Probably.
Wolf is totally a metaphor. The Big Bad Wolf is also completely different for every single girl.
Sweet.
No, sorry. Just turning around that tree and then there was the girl in white just there. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Hello. Okay, you're going. Okay, bye. I don't think I can interact with this one. Let's have a look. This also isn't one of my special items, but let's have a look, shall we? I think this is one of Ruby's items.
What is it?
So, yep, it's a spray can. And did you see Ruby's head just sort of appeared there? Everything on the wall is kind of her thing. Ooh, this is different.
A house.
It's a wall
Oh.
with a lot of spent bullet casings around it.
Huh.
This is not a good place to be.
No, well, I don't know. There's spent bullets. I mean, you can't get hurt by spent bullets, right? And now
You say right, like.
Hooray! I unlocked another room in Grandma's house. A bullet. with my name on it. Alas. Yeah, she's particularly. I think the best way to describe Carmen would be irreverent.
Alas. Was she like
Alas,
16?
oh no, what a shame. I'm so scared. Anyone know which direction the path is in right now, by the way?
No
Um,
idea.
Yep, that'll happen. I
hang on.
don't want to be in here anymore.
Should be either straight ahead or just to the right.
Also,
But
I also don't know if anyone just saw that, but a little paw print just appeared on the screen.
yeah,
That is
just.
that is an indication that the wolf is nearby.
Uh,
The little indicators around the edge of the screen, like you see there in the bottom right hand corner, sorry, the bottom left hand corner, there's a little bit of white swirlies.
yeah.
That is the direction of the girl in white.
Hmm.
I believe black swirlies indicates the wolf, and if you see paw prints, that means you're nearby. Still looking for a bathtub, and I think everything else is in one place. So I just need to try and find a bathtub to make things nice and simple.
Go towards the light.
Go towards the light. All right, I'll go towards the light. When it lags up like this, does it look like it's lagging up for you guys as well?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just need you guys to look out for paw prints and black. Oh, okay, I see a campground. I know what that is. I will be coming back here. I'm not going to be here right now, but I will return. God, my computer is whirring like it really doesn't. It's really not happy about this, but it's holding together. Hey, a flower. Still goddamn nursery rhymes being sung in. You guys can't hear it.
Go slightly to the left.
Slightly to the left.
Yeah, that
Like
way.
here. Okay.
I think that's where the portrait was.
Okay, I think I've got enough of my whereabouts to know if I can find a bathtub nearby, which sounds like a very weird statement out of context, that I can hopefully get Carmen's storyline done quite
What's
quickly.
that to the left?
That is a. Oh, this is a thing that happens. For every 100 meters you travel, you get to see where you've walked, so you can
Ah,
easily find your way back to the path. Okay, so that little star is me,
okay.
and that is an armchair.
Alright.
Should we go and sit in the armchair?
Yes.
Let's go sit in the armchair. We are sitting in an armchair. Video games!
Video game?
Video games!
The man who would save us is the destroyer.
But the tenderness of giving in can defeat any power. Yeah, she's also a little bit pretentious.
How old is Carmen in
I
B?
believe Carmen is 17. She's the second
17.
oldest. Or at least that's how I remember it. I could be completely wrong. It might be that Scarlet was the oldest. Or Rose. I always get the two mixed up because one's the sort of mother figure, but I don't know if that means she's necessarily the oldest. I know you're out there. And as you see, like if you run towards an item, it stops shining. So if you see that flower ahead of me,
Yeah.
I start running towards it. So basically, you have to walk at certain points just to find the items you're looking for. 5. We've got 5.
I was just thinking that exact same thing.
5 flowers of an ending horror. Ha, ha, ha.
I definitely want to see the wolf at some point.
Oh, you will. Ooh, what's that? That is nothing of interest then. Trust me, you'll see the wolf. I know where the wolf is right now, and I don't want to necessarily go and see him because, well, we'll see. I need to try and find. There's one more item I need to try and find, and then I can go find the wolf. Or I could just go and find the wolf at some point and not get every item, not 100% it, which could also work. Stop slowing down.
How many items did you have left to get?
Just the one. Just the one, and then I need to go, and then I can go to the campground. Not the camp, yeah, there's the campsite.
Yeah.
And then you'll meet another character. Oh, there's a doozy of, there's a couple of items here. Ooh.
There's quite a
Every
few.
time the girl in white scares the absolute shit out of me. She's the one non-threatening thing in this goddamn game. The only person here who has my interests at heart. I got a knife. Good for me.
A knife.
Cut out his heart with a knife. Cut his lungs with a knife. Let's carve a heart. What? In a tree. Oh, okay. Let's carve a heart in a tree. But with whose initials?
Wasn't there a big car or something?
Yeah, that's not interact. I can't interact with that. That's Ruby. She's all about like cars, fast cars, and that sort of thing. Right, do you guys want me to go to the campground, or do you want me to still stick around trying to find the bathtub?
Bathtub.
Bathtub.
We'll stick it out. Find the other item.
Okay. So yeah, there's another flower. If you collect enough of these little flowers, then the next item that you're looking for on your list will appear on your map. So that's why I'm trying to track down the flowers when I can. Ask it where the bathtub is. It makes sense in context. No, it's just now telling me where the campground is. Right. So now I know where the campground is, so I can always find where I need to go at the end. That's good. That means I can't get lost now. Well, I can.
Yeah.
I can't find my way back to the path, but I can find my way to the wolf. So
Yay!
that's good, right?
That's something.
That's good? Question mark.
I'm okay, right? I'm gonna be all right. I know where to find someone. Hello? Anybody out there? See, even if I now wanted to say, all right, I'm gonna go to Grandma's house. Can't do it. Cannot find the path. For love nor money can I find the path right now. And I would really like to.
Surely some people do just stumble back across the path.
Yeah, I've done it many a time, but never when you want to. You can never aim to do it. The only ways you can do it is either through sheer dumb luck, retracing your steps, which is really, really difficult, or through using the girl in white. I need to use my senses more. Like finding this flower over here. There's a heartbeat sound now as well. That's probably a good thing, right?
That's totally a good thing, obviously.
Heartbeats are good. I mean, when you don't have them, that's when it's bad. So surely hearing a loud heartbeat in my ears is, a good thing. Run! Oh, hey, we found our way back to the wall with the bullets.
Ah.
See? It doesn't change. Everything's still in the same place.
So it basically just walks in a huge circle.
Yep. I'm now going to recross a path that I did earlier. I'm going to sort of bisect it.
Right.
So at some point I've been here before. And that's the other thing, yeah, if it was a randomized forest, it wouldn't be able to generate you a map of where you've been. But it does. This is one coherent. So basically, I suppose if I walk back from there, I should technically be able to find my way back to the path. Which is good, but not necessarily what I want to do. Much as it might be the thing that I really want to do. What are we thinking of the path, by the way? I admit it's much more interesting with the sound.
It's interesting just watching it. like finding the things.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the. I want to meet the wolf, and I want to go to the campground. But
You don't have to humor me as well, by the way. Don't worry. If you're getting bored, do let me know.
Oh, sorry. I kind of don't want to see Grandma's house again.
Oh, oh, trust me, you really don't. Again, we saw the good grandma's house. Hey, what's that?
I thought it was good.
Was it?
It's still creepy as anything.
Yeah. Hi, girl in white. Thanks for running into me.
Is that another
Because
person?
Yeah.
that's a scarecrow
Oh,
specifically, and also the sun. Hey, girl in white. If I were a plant, I think I would have been a flower, just like these, except there would only be one. One
Yes.
beautiful flower, all
There.
alone. Oh, I found a bathtub.
ah,
Oh yeah.
And if I stop running, you'll see it.
yay!
Which is the last item I need before I go and see the wolf. Nobody sees the wizard. Not no way, not no how.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
As we're gonna now be going from here to the wolf, I'm gonna start drinking a lot more heavily. Staircase.
You just go and sit in the bathtub.
Yep. Yes, I did. Deal with it.
She's shouting at you.
She's just shouting in general, doing cartwheels through a
Ah.
tree. A little bit of soap and a lot of warm and wet. Never alone anymore.
Huh.
Whatever you say, Carmen. Whatever you say. Alright, who wants to go meet the big bad wolf?
I
Mm.
do.
That is the wrong answer. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? I really am.
I'm more afraid of Grandma.
Yeah. So I.
There's just going to be a point in a moment where I'm just going to let the camera linger for ages. Just like it did when I first played this game. And you can feel as empty and emotionally thrashed as I was. Aren't I a good friend?
Yes.
The best.
Good
Oh,
friend.
the best, the best. So I only now have to pick up. I say pick up. I now only have to interact with beer can, crates, hat, and fire.
I like interacting with
Interact with
fire.
fire.
Yeah, I didn't say pick up. Now all I have to do is pick up fire. Ah, god damn it! And so ends Carmen's story. Hey, does anyone else see something?
There's a man chopping something.
There is.
I hope it's wood.
Yep. So, once again, who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
I don't know him.
What?
I don't know him well enough.
Well, don't worry, we're gonna get to know him very well. Okay, cutscene. There is the sound of chopping wood, which also sounds like a record skipping. This is this noise.
Hmm.
Whilst, I don't know, some kind of horn plays. Oh boy, a cabin in the woods.
It was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
Still not seen it.
The tent is closed. The shack is closed. Yet the beer seems fresh. Could almost belong to this woodsman here. Oh, and the fire is still warm. Good, good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to light this fire.
Okay.
Yay, I lit the fire. Go me. I am the best at fire.
It's the garden.
Yeah, she gets everywhere. Right, what else do I need to pick up? Oh, the warm glow caresses my skin, peels me layer by layer, until I am pure for you. Yes, Carmen, whatever
Oh
you say.
dear.
Yeah. Hey, beer.
Until I am pure for you. Hey, beer!
Hey, Big Sam. Uh, I've got a bit. Oh, jeez, it looked like the woodsman was coming towards me, just going like, "You touched my beer! Put that down." Uh, Beer can. Now all I need is a hat and some crates to interact with. Fresh out, warm in, spinning head and bubbling blood. Yep,
Cat.
a girl with poor impulse control and a desire to be with the wrong guy is now drunk. Hey, do you see that guy's hat?
We do see that guy's head. It's on his head.
Yep, not for long. He's got to stop sometime. He's got wood. He's got trees to chop down.
Got a bit of a limp. Cat.
Indeed, hat. My hat now.
He's
He's
bold.
Yeah, he's a lot bolder than we were expecting. It's a really creepy thing is when he's got the hat on, he looks like a young man. When you take it off, instantly less so.
Uh,
You think that he has black eyes.
he does.
Flawless
Yeah,
black eyes.
good, good. I'm gonna go and sit down on some crates. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right?
Right, totally right.
This is when he just walks over to you and he's like, yeah, just make yourself at home. Rude. That would be my director's cut of the game.
I don't like him.
Why not? Like I said, what could possibly go wrong?
Look at the
Everything.
face. My eyes are up here.
Would you in fact say that you are afraid of the big bad wolf?
More skeeved out by.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, more beer. Man, everyone in this game has really weird faces. And now you sit here drinking beer. Man, adult life is amazing. You get to sit down with a complete stranger and drink beer and nothing bad happens.
I think my screen is glitching slightly, so he goes from having completely black eyes to having completely white eyes. It's very
Yeah, I think,
different.
yeah, it's doing that as well with me, don't worry. And now the music's getting really threatening and grainy again.
Hmm.
I think they're fine. I'm sure they're fine. Now it's raining.
Oh.
Yep. And you know what? It came to this screen and I was just like, nope, 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 nope.
That's the path.
Yep, I'm
Isn't
back
it?
on the path.
Huh.
I guess I was wrong about nothing bad could happen.
You weren't kidding! That one is the most traumatic one.
Yep.
Not that we
This is
played
the
through the
first.
others, but
Carla was the first storyline I played through, and man, it ruined me for life. Hey, let's walk, because I don't have the capacity to run anymore. That button doesn't work.
Oh.
oh my god!
So let's go to Grandma's house, shall we? Because I
Even
mean,
her walk has changed. The head
yep,
angle has changed.
yep. Oh, this is excruciatingly slow, for a reason. So, I mean, at least after all that, it'll be nice to get into Grandma's house, right?
I'm not so sure.
Get in and out of the rain, at least.
I know.
How are you feeling, by the way?
A little bit sick.
Yep. And the thing is, there's about 1,000 different, like, iterations and interpretations of what the path represents, what the wolf represents, what each of the girls represent, you know. So really, it's sort of like it's a game for psychologically evaluating yourself. Like right now, I'm psychologically evaluating the fact that I really wish I had a run button.
It is so painfully slow.
I think I think what really gets me is just what happens when you stop. It's the pose when you stop.
Don't stop. Keep going.
Yep. Let's not stop. Let's just go to Grandma's house, shall we? Look, there's the gates. It's gonna be fine. We're okay. Bearing in mind, I had no one talking me through this when I first played this game. So when I first came across this and all this was happening, I was just sort of sitting there going, "It's totally fine. Everything's okay. This is a bad dream sequence, right?" Hey, now we're at the gate.
So playing through as the other characters.
Sorry?
Playing through as the other characters is the kind of outcome always the same if you go on the path with all of them?
Yes, the outcome is the same for everyone, regardless of if you just stick to the path and go to Grandma's house.
Okay.
But everyone has different items in the woods, everyone has a different wolf. And everyone has a different... Well, you'll see right now, actually, when we get to Grandma's house.
Does everyone have a different grandma?
No. Everyone has the same grandma, but...
Oh.
I'm not worried about the grandma.
Everyone has the same grandma, but rude.
Grandma butt. Alright, I'm gonna finish the rest of the mountain, the mutiny on the mountain.
Mountaineer on the bounty.
Mutiny on the Dew.
Ah, that was what I was going to say. We should have Malibu with Mountain Dew if it's going to be Mountaineer on the bounty.
Malibu on the bounty?
No, because Malibu is coconut rum and bounties are made of chocolate and coconut.
Oh my god, that's genius. That is taking my mind off what's going on the screen right now. Alright, we made it to Grandma's house. We did it! Yay! What we gotta do is just go inside it. Yay! Hey, we're in Grandma's house again. Okay, first thing people might notice is that the music has changed from what it was last time. It is currently the sound of clanging metal and really bad static. Metal tools banging against it. Hey! That's different.
Is that a chainsaw? That's a blade.
That is a buzzsaw blade.
That's not a ceiling fan.
And that's what the noise is as well. It's a buzzsaw blade that also sounds like someone groaning.
Oh.
And there's people
Grandma went crazy.
Also, just take a look at all the different icons flashing up on the screen right now before I start moving.
I see eyes.
Yep.
And glasses?
Yep. Shall I start moving?
Yeah.
So you remember what happened last time? We got here, we turned right, we went up some stairs, we were at Grandma's bedroom. Okay, so let's go. Oh, we're not going right. Hey, the kitchen. Hey, there's that knife we picked up. Huh, that door looks,
Sinister.
yeah. Oh, well, at least it's open.
I totally mark all my doors with X's.
Yep, just like a tree.
Also, I don't really like the wallpaper. It's horrible interior design.
That's what aggravates me most about this game. They're awful interior designing.
So anyone want to hazard any guesses as to what these things represent? Because that's basically what this game is all about, is interpretation.
No.
No? Not the throne on top of the mattresses?
No.
Okay, cool.
You can still see her silhouette as well sometimes with the, you know, the...
Yeah.
holes.
Hey, look, a chopped down tree.
Oh.
A tree that has been severed. There's just the sound of clanging tools and dripping water at the moment. There's no music. And this is where the track called Woodsman Wolf comes in. Because right now, as you might notice, I'm in a wooden thing covered in X's like a chopped down tree. And there is the sound of people moaning, and also the sound of trees being sawn in half. What's that? You know the sound of a baboon being punched, as Eddie Izzard would put it? Yep. Hey, this is cool. Now we're on the ceiling. Lots of soaring, lots of people moaning and agreeing loudly with one another.
Oh.
Um, let's not be in this corridor, shall we?
Let's not.
Let's move into another. Hey, this is different. Grandma's got a stag head. That's cool.
Okay.
Well, let's go through here, shall we?
No.
It's all right. We're nearly at Grandma's house. We're nearly at Grandma's room. Hey, buzzsaw blades coming through the walls.
Hey.
Hey,
Oh,
fire.
Jesus.
That's cool.
Grandma's got a fucked up house.
Grandma's got the weirdest house.
Hey, that door at the end's opening up at least. Hey, Grandma's room.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. We found Grandma's house!
Well,
3 of 3 unlocked rooms, yay! Hey, damn, we traveled like a kilometer and a half. Did we encounter the wolf? Damn, we encountered the wolf! Yay, success!
Was it?
you say success.
Rank B, that is the highest rank you can get in this game. And there you have it, we won!
Did we?
We didn't win.
I
That
didn't
didn't.
think that was winning.
You know
No.
what's the most traumatic thing ever about this game? Let's go to the character select screen, shall we?
Do we have to?
Yeah. I mean, then you can just start playing, and there's the whole point. You can now start playing through it again, and
I knew it. I knew she wouldn't be there anymore.
yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Man.
So, the path.
I'm going to play this game.
Yep.
Oh, it's done installing.
Awesome.
Yay.
And now it's back to me. So, what did people think?
It's traumatized Sophie.
My favorite game of all time.
I really like the fact that they kind of included the body language of the character as
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah.
the changing the walking. I think that's what got me more than anything else.
Yeah. So yeah, there's all these different interpretations as to what happens to the characters, whether it's a literal story of what happened to them, whether it's a metaphorical story of what happened to them. The idea with Carmen, I've seen a lot of people put forward, is that she's into quote unquote the bad boys. You know, she's into guys that she really shouldn't be into. And this is a sort of a representation of her realizing that that's probably not the best road to go down. That there are people in the world that, you know, people don't trust for a reason. And it, you know, obviously you could take it a very literal representation of that as to what happens to her. We're not going to go into that, I suppose. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be much more metaphorical than that. I tend to go down the more sort of artsy fartsy route of saying that it's more an awakening thing. It's not literally what it might necessarily seem. It could be, but I think it's more her waking up and realizing, possibly through some sort of traumatic experience, what sort of traumatic experience we don't know. That, you know, what she thought she wanted in life, which in Carmen's case is carnal pursuits, shall we say. Her coming to terms with realizing that that's, you know, it isn't the be all and end all of life, or if it is, it can be a very odd life, and a very damaging life. Not saying it's good or bad, it's just you have to be prepared for the things that can happen out there in the big, white, scary world. The other characters, again, have various other things. The youngest one, with her love of animals, her wolf is literally a huge werewolf thing. And a lot of people posit that it might be her having a traumatic experience with an animal and realizing that not all animals are cuddly and fluffy and wonderful and that nature is great, and you know, they're all sort of stepping stones on the journey of growing up, is that realizing that not everything out there is a happy, wonderful Disney world.
Mm.
I think it's Ruby's one is it's a guy sitting on a park bench with a cigarette, but she has much the same thing as Carmen did, and you know, waking up in the rain and all that. Rose, I think, the one who wants to be a musician, hers is a very sort of strict-looking music teacher. Scarlet's is a sort of swirling, weird fog-like thing. And the one that I think has the most interesting interpretation is Ginger's, because it's the girl in white, but in a red dress,
Okay.
who basically the way I've seen it explained is sort of, it can be very, very traumatic because she's 13 and she's very much a tomboy, and she's very much trying to keep hold of her childhood. She's like, no, I'm a kid. All of her in a dialogue and all that is all about her wanting to do kid things. And then you have her traumatic experience being meeting a girl in a red dress at that sort of age, and it's like her traumatic experience is, you know, her first period essentially. This put it in as big as you know, bigger writing as we can there. And that's her traumatic experience, is realizing that she's growing up, that she can't be a child forever, and that there's no sort of, you know, bigger announcement of that, I suppose. But again, you know, up to people's interpretation and everything. I have seen someone saying that since hers is the only female wolf, that it might be her coming to terms with sexuality, like realizing she might be gay growing up.
Yeah, that actually was the first thing that occurred to me when you were mentioning it. Yeah.
You can go in one of 1,000 different ways with it, and this is what I mean, is that there's different interpretations. I think largely because, you know, Company of Wolves is one of my favorite films of all time, I'm instantly going to look at every single interpretation and go, it's periods, it's menstruation, that's what it's all about. Because the whole idea with Ginger Snaps, Company of Wolves, all of these different films where it's like werewolves are this primal, uncontrollable nature thing that happens when the moon is full. It happens for a couple of days out of the month every year, and sorry, it happens for a couple of days in every month, and it just keeps going. And it's just like, oh, right, I get where you're going with this.
No, it can be pretty traumatic, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, the metaphor is quite clearly, it's there, it's in a lot of films, it's in a lot of stories. I mean, Angela Carter's... is it Angela Carter?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Angela Carter's pretty much built a career off of it, you know, the idea of girls becoming women and mixing them with old folklore and monsters. And the path sort of builds on that. So, yeah, it's very much open to interpretation, which is what I love about it. I love anything that's open to interpretation, because it's like any game that can say, you're not wrong. It doesn't matter what you think, you're not wrong. I absolutely hate saying this because I sound like such a pretentious dick, but it is less a game and more a piece of art, in that when you look at a painting, it doesn't matter whether the painting's good or not. The idea is that it's supposed to make you think about something. Art is successful when you can look at it and form an opinion, whether your opinion is on the piece of art itself or what it's representing, so on and so forth. Same with the path. You form an opinion, you form an interpretation of the events. And I think it's quite successful at that.
So how about you, Sophie? What was your interpretation?
Of Commons or in
Or
general?
both, or in general, just
Um,
both.
yeah, I prefer to think of, it may not be my actual interpretation, but I prefer to think of Carmen's wolf as sort of not necessarily forced taking of innocence, but of loss of innocence.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
that sort of. I think you're probably on the right track there in the sense of when you say not this not quite forced in this idea that she thinks that's what she wants.
yeah, it's pursuit of what she
Weaker set of
previously
rules.
couldn't have.
Yeah.
So I prefer to think of it as that.
Yeah.
But I think that's just as interesting, yeah, just how you would like to think about it as opposed to other things.
And that's yeah, another thing that it'll make you do is evaluate what you want to think is happening and yeah. I think we should do this again at some point with one of you lot playing through as one of the other characters because Carmen's my favorite. And it all started. I mean, the reason she's my favorite is because before the game came out, Tale of Tales made a Twitter account for all the characters and had them interact with one another. So so the characters from the game were just retweeting one another, and it was really getting across their personalities before the game came out.
Okay. Oh,
Sorry, I was getting
Yay!
uncomfortable.
is this the slide of Saturn there?
Yeah. So did we all enjoy it?
Yes, yeah, I do wish I
Are you
could have had the
sure you
music
enjoyed it?
going at the same time.
Sorry. Again.
I think that you know, if it's a successful game, then you want to come play it, and I do want to go and give it a try now.
Good, very good. We
Mm.
do have other games out there, but they are less. For example, one of their other games is The Graveyard, which comes in two flavors, free and one I think that costs about £1.49. The free game is you are an old woman, you are in a graveyard, you walk through the graveyard to sit on a bench, and then you get up from the bench and you walk out of the graveyard. That's it. That's the game. Then there's the £1.49 version, which is you're an old woman, you walk through a graveyard, you find a bench, you sit down on the bench. And in the £1.49 version, there is a I think it's 1 in 100 chance that she may then just lie down and just pass away. And this is the sort of game that these people are making.
No.
Yeah.
Would you pay 149 or what? What?
And well, to be fair, maybe that's the whole point, is that they're saying, will people pay, £1.49 or whatever it is.
Yeah. See
No.
somebody in.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
So yeah, next
So,
time either this again with one of yous, or there is another game called Knock Knock, which is also very, very good. Um,
oh yes, okay. So do you want to do a brief introduction to Knock Knock? Or say that's the one we're going to do next month.
okay. I will point out as well that Knock Knock is a much longer, more involved game. You can do it. We could do it in kind of installments and so on, but I mean the path. The reason I decided to suggest the path as well is that A, because I can use one hand, my non-burned hand, and B, because you can do a run through of the path in a relatively short amount of time, whereas I guess with Knock Knock you could get the gist of it in a short amount of time. So there's that. But Knock Knock is a game about insomnia and paranoia, and I didn't quite get. I thought it was going to be quite interesting when I first saw someone playing it, just because the character designs, the designs of the levels, the concept behind it. You are a reclusive insomniac living in a shack in the woods, and the last three generations of your father and your grandfather and your great grandfather have all lived in this house, and they've all been scientists. They've all been studying the forest that surrounds this shack. Um, and you are the last of the line, basically. And it's you trying to get some sleep, but you can't because something's happening. So you wake up and there are weird ghosts in your house, and you're wandering around, and you have to then go and wake up. You're thinking, but wait, wasn't I already awake? And the whole idea is that you're winding clocks forward to move the time and everything like that, so it becomes dawn. And then you go outside and you wander around outside until you finish that level, and then you wake up in bed again. And after a while, you start thinking, wait, so at which point am I asleep and dreaming? And which point am I awake and trying to solve the puzzles? And it's really messed up because you can think, okay, I've got it. This point is a dream and this point is awake. And then you go, no, wait, hang on, no shit, fuck, no, that's not how it works. No, hang on, I got it around the other way around. And it will just keep you guessing. And that's what I think was quite an interesting one, is looking at a very damaged mental state through insomnia.
Yeah, I am all about trying this one out. That
Yeah.
sounds really good.
Yeah.
Really cool. It was very difficult to try and find games that didn't just pass off psychology as a cheap scare.
Mm.
Let's put it that way. So the Path, I think, does that quite well. They aren't cheap scares. They're very, very, very laboured scares.
Okay, so I think for the recording part, I'm going to stop there.
Okay, cool.
So thank you for watching, and next month on last Friday, we'll be playing Knock Knock.
Sounds good.
Yep. Sweet. So thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Yay!